Remember that the Old Testament is a shadow of the New. So whatever we see that is at work in the Old is a similitude to what is obtainable in the New Covenant. And remember that the blood of bulls, the blood of rams that were shed in time of old were shed in faith, pointing to the sacrifice of the Son of God, whose sacrifice was made from the foundation of the world, but was yet to manifest in the physical realms. We see the blood of the Lamb working as a tool of vengeance on the Egyptians for the nation of Israel. Look at what God said. He said, "For I will pass through the land of Egypt on that night, and will strike all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment, for I am the Lord. Now the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Egypt." So we see from this scripture that the blood is a double-edged sword. To the men who were in covenant with God, to the seed of Abraham, to the nation of Israel, the blood was a covering. The blood was a protection. The blood was a covering and a protection from the plague of death. But to the man or the men who were outside covenant with God, referring to the Egyptians, the shedding and propitiation of the blood of the lambs created an altar for the angel of death, for the destroyer to kill and destroy them. So both clans and both nations were in the same physical vicinity, but by the blood that was shed, one was protected and the other was destroyed. It was a weapon of offense to another, and it was a weapon of defense to another. In the physical, Israel was a slave and a captive of Egypt. For years, they maltreated these people, they hurt these people, they killed these people, they persecuted these people. And this was injustice. Why? It wasn't injustice because Israel was a slave. In the time of old, they had slaves. It was injustice because one of the fathers of Israel, which was the person of Joseph, was the one God used in preserving not just the nation of Egypt, but the entire world. So it was that injustice that the man whom God used in preserving your nation, in preserving your life, it was that man's descendant that you converted to be your slave. It was heavy injustice, and it was a time for recompense. For someone under the sound of my voice, you're a son of God, but you've been persecuted. You've been afflicted by sicknesses and plagues from your ancestral bloodlines. Yes, there were covenants that were made in time of old by your biological ancestors, with demons, with spirits. And because of those covenants, you are suffering. You are suffering stagnation. You are suffering sicknesses, terminal illnesses, of cancers. There are causes of untimely death running in your lineage. Nobody lives beyond the age of 30. Nobody lives beyond the age of 40. Nobody marries early. Those who have children must get pregnant before they get married. There are traits of evil. There are causes that have been afflicting you because of your bloodline, because of demonic and evil covenants that your ancestors in the flesh made with demons, made with evil altars and evil spirits. I bring you the word of the Lord today. I break the connection that you have with your ancestors after the flesh. I totally and completely sever you from the consequences and the wickedness and the causes that are in the bloodline of your biological parents. And by light, I plug you into the experience of the life and beauty and glory and power and freedom that is at work in the bloodline and the DNA of the Christ.